Reggae Boyz starting to pick up the tempo. Slide tackle by Charles. And the shot in the back of the net. It's Warner Brown. And the Reggae Boyz draw first blood.
All right, so welcome back, people, to MG Sports TV. Thank you very much again for tuning in. Really, really appreciate it. Apparently, well, most of you guys that have already seen or heard news about the international tournament that we'll be partaking in. Yes, it is actually, in fact, true. Jamaica was invited to partake in a four-nation short tournament. Now, this tournament in particular, well, before we get into details, let's do the YouTube stuff. Hitting the like button, hitting the subscriber button. You know, them nice stuff there. Share the content. Share the content if you want more persons find out about what's happening in the footballing space. All right, so this tournament, let me just read it off for the people may have. The Jamaica Reggae Boyz have been invited to participate in a four-nation tournament. The event is to be hosted by England in May, and will also feature African powerhouse team Ghana and Nigeria. The tournament will provide a platform for the teams to fine-tune for their preparation ahead of other major international competitions, and also serve as a precursor to the 2025 CONCACAF Gold Cup, which take place from June 14th to 16th. Steve McLaren team cemented its place in the regional showpiece for a 14th time after running 3-0 winners over St. Vincent and the Grenadines in the return leg of a two-way preliminary round tie at Sabina Park on Tuesday, finishing the game 4-1 on aggregate. Advanced alongside Jamaica via the qualifiers are Costa Rica, Guadeloupe, Guatemala, Honduras, Trinidad and Tobago, and Suriname. They join already qualified tournament hosts USA, Canada, Mexico, Panama, El Salvador, Haiti, Curacao, Damrep, and the invited team Saudi Arabia. So the draw takes place on April 10. The tournament gets underway with the opening match at the SoFi. So that's generally the aspect. Now, this is a huge opportunity, big opportunity for Jamaica to showcase what exactly they are planning to do when they make that big step into the World Cup. Now, I won't bypass the World Cup qualifiers because we have to get past, we have to get through the World Cup qualifiers before getting to the World Cup. And if I'm being honest, 100% honest, I'm a little bit on the side of being worrisome, because I'm still not convinced we are theoretically there yet to advance or make it to the World Cup. The performances that I'm seeing from the individual top players still haven't convinced me that they will take us to the next level, in which I really want to see it happen. But the fact that I haven't seen it or haven't been convinced by our top players that they will certainly put in the consistent high top level performances to assist or to carry us over the line, I'm a little bit worrisome for that. And it makes me a bit nervous and hesitant, how we're going to approach the Gold Cup, and also how we're going to approach the rest of the year. And the reason why it makes me a little bit worrisome, because this is the final year for preparation in the event we make it to the World Cup, and also the final year to get it right to make it to the World Cup. And I don't think a lot of persons really understand what's happening at this present moment in regards to the football. Now, we are in a situation where the squad itself is still not fine-tuned. We're still trying to find the best system. We're still trying to find the best way of play. We're still trying to find the best players to suit that particular system. And McLaren has his work cut out for him. For the rest of this year, I really personally don't want to hear this travel to and from for the rest of the year. I'm speaking about astute scouting, proper analyzing of players who are in form, players who the coach believe can take us over the line, so that when these competition so that we can, when the major competition comes up, we can approach it strategically with the best players we have available, and also, with the best players that the coach believe he wants to use, and importantly, how we can get the 3 points on each game day. It doesn't matter how we play, once we can get be efficient in those games. And I do think that's something that we really lack, efficiency. So at the end of the day, I'm still just a little bit convinced, because this is serious times we're in right now. Now, the four game tournament is a precursor, as mentioned, or pre-prep for the games for the Gold Cup. Now, performance in those competitions is going to be very, very crucial, because a lot of people will be highly critical. Yeah, that's the word I'm searching for. Highly critical of the team, especially going up against big nations. And let me tell you why. In the football industry, big nations in the football industry. Let me tell you why. Because these are the same teams we will likely be playing if we make it to the World Cup. And if we can't compete against these teams, especially in a friendly, we might not. We might just be too far away for the World Cup. Now, I understand that most persons just want us to get to the World Cup. But is that so? Is it just get us to the World Cup and that's it? Are we going to go to the World Cup and at least give a proper account of ourselves? It's not a case in which we go up against England and we get battered 4-0 and we should say at least them try. No, that can't be the case. It's if a game done like a 2-1, 3-2 or something like that, with the players you can see the players are try to defend the goal, or try to score. You can live with that. But just turn up and get battered, no. That's why it's important. No, I know a lot of persons are going to say, boy, and it's actually a subjective topic. That's why the coach should select the best players. It's very subjective because our best player might not necessarily mean they are the best player for the coach. And as Andre Blake previously said, or rightly said in a previous interview, it's not about the best player, but more so the right player. Because the best player is very much subjective. If you ask everyone who is their best 23-man squad, in some sense, it might vary. Like 4 or 5 players might vary in it because of perception. And even the best starting 11, in some sense, 3 or 2 players might be different in each of them, because people might have different ideologies of how they view football, and it's totally different from the coach. But these competition will be really, really good. This competition will be really, really good for the boys, for us to make a proper assessment of where they are, a proper assessment of what is likely to happen, and also it gives us that confidence mood. If we do well in that competition, it gives us that confidence mood going into the Gold Cup to put in a solid performance in the Gold Cup. And it's full time now for us to take away this inferiority complex, where we look at the Mexico, we look at the USA, we look at the Canada, and automatically in our head, psychologically, we automatically think that they are better than us, or believe that they are better than us, and because of that, we're incapable of putting in our playing at our best, because we just feel inferior to them, and you can't continue like that. Nonetheless, we will see how this one proceeds. I'm happy for the tournament. It will be really, really good. And certainly it is something that we can work on going forward. It can help us massively, and also it can also open the eyes of players who are looking to recruit and let them see the project, or let them see what we're trying to do going forward. So there's a lot of positives to it. Anyways, big up yourself, people. Smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys again. Until next time, MG Sports TV. I'm out. God bless. Now I mean, boom. Outside.